Electric Cooperative Corporation. 2, documented approval of the monthly payment must be received prior to the draft date. 3, the reconciled monthly bank statement must agree with the monthly draft payment. 4, the disbursement of municipal funds shall have adequate and supporting documentation on file for auditing and accounting purposes. Therefore, this ordinance establishes an electronic funds payment system directly from the corresponding financial institution for the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas Cemetery Commission accounts to the corresponding utility company for their respective monthly utility bill. This ordinance does not include the use of online banking or other electronic payment transactions. Changes or modifications to the electronic payment method subsequent to the December 13, 2012 date will require additional review and approval by the Legislative Joint Auditing Committee.
There's a slightly different version with a different title circulating somewhere. It should say, instead of gas, electricity, and phone, electricity and water, because of the only two services that they're paying that way. They don't have gas and phone, but they're paying that way at least.
Water and electric.
Water and electric, or electric. I believe it says electric and water in the other version that should be floated somewhere.
This one.
Yes, this one. Water and electric.
Okay, so the only changes in the title. They don't pay gas.
They don't have gas.
Mr. McClung. Yes, sir.
Can we go ahead and approve it and read that one for the second time? I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's just amending it or whatever it is.
Yes.
Just took
I
out
hate for
phone.
him to read the whole thing
No
over
gas.
again.
Does that last paragraph make
Just the
any
one I
sense to anybody?
Here, you keep this one.
It's part of the
I'll take that one.
sample ordinance that the state uses. And
So just
basically
this
what
correct copy, this one
I
you
understand
need.
it to mean is that you can't go online and pay the bill. It will be paid through the automatic system. Right now, a lot of people pay their bills by going on and typing in their account numbers, and
But isn't that what they're doing at the cemetery?
no.
Oh,
This
okay.
would be an automatic draft. They won't
Okay.
do it.
Oh.
They won't do it every month. Although they'll still have to write a check apparently and put it in their check registry.
Okay, okay, I give up, okay.
If they
Yes.
won't
You're
be
used to
logging
this,
on.
aren't you, Lonnie? Lonnie's sitting over there laughing. He's used to this.
Yes, sir.
I move to approve ordinance 2175 on its first reading.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Now you better keep that other one in because we may want to amend it.
She's got the original. Good one. Here, I'll take the other one. Okay, that brings us to number 4, the Parks Tax Ordinance.
Move to discuss.
Second.
Okay. Floor is open. Mr. DeVito.
Move to assign this ordinance a number and place it on its first reading.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
This will be 2176. Definitely, this last line needs to be by, not BT. Anybody has a copy? Ordinance number 2176, an ordinance to levy a 1/8 of 1% sales and use tax in the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas for a period of 4 years to be used by the Eureka Springs Parks and Recreation Commission exclusively for and to improve and maintain Lake Leatherwood City Park in accordance with the approved Lake Leatherwood City Park Master Plan and prescribing other matters thereto. Whereas there is a great need for immediate improvement in the maintenance, improvement and programming of the Lake Leatherwood City Park and for a source of revenue to finance such services. And Arkansas law provides for a levy of 1/8, it is a 0.125 of 1%, 1/8 citywide sales and use tax. Now therefore be it enacted by the City Council of the City of Eureka Springs, Arkansas, Section 1. Under the authority of the authorizing legislation, there is hereby levied a 1/8, that is a 0.125, 1%, 1/8 cent tax on the gross receipts from the sale at retail within the city of all items that are subject to the Arkansas Gross Receipts Tax Act 1941 as amended, ACA 2652-101 et sec, and the imposition of an excise or use tax on the storage, use, distribution, or other consumption within the city of tangible or personal property, subject to the Arkansas Compensating Tax Act 1949 as amended, ACA 2653-101 et sec, of the rate of 1/8, that is 0.125 of 1%, 1/8% of the sales tax of the property, or in the case of leases and rentals, of the lease or rental price collectively, the sales and use tax. Section 2. The sales and use tax collections received by the city after the state of Arkansas deducts its administrative charges shall be used solely to assist in funding A. Capital improvements at Lake Leatherwood City Park. B. Maintaining maintenance at and of Lake Leatherwood City Park. C. Educational and recreational programming at Lake Leatherwood City Park. And D. In accordance with the approved Lake Leatherwood City Park Master Plan. Section 3. That all ordinances and parts thereof in conflict herewith are hereby repealed to the extent of such conflict.
Okay, no. Let me see something here. Okay, you said tax right here where the price is.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, the last line in section 1, one line above that, it should say 0.125 of 1% of the sale price of the property. Thank you.
Okay, you welcome. Mr. DeVito.
Move to approve ordinance number 2176 on its first reading.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. McClung.
Just one little thing. I don't know, that whereas paragraph kind of, I don't, maybe it's just a grammar thing. There's a great need for immediate improvement in the maintenance, improvement and programming of the lake. It just didn't, that maybe just needs an S after improvement. I'm not sure. Something's not right.
Mr. Weaver. Go ahead.
Go, let her.
Okay, go.
I was disturbed by both the title and that sentence. And so I checked with Bruce, and as it turns out, because this is the way the ballot, with the petition, the ballot item was written, this has to be written exactly the way the ballot was written. And so even though it's atrocious grammar, we didn't accept it.
It's had two attorneys, the city clerk, and I think the mayor's office all question you.
Okay.
The same language.
Okay.
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah,
Okay.
we took a vote 5-0. Okay, we're done with that.
To approve on the first reading, was there a,
We haven't taken that vote yet.
Yeah, David seconded.
yes, was there a vote?
No.
Okay, what was this one? Was
To
it-
assign a number to place
Okay,
on the first
okay.
reading.
All right. All in favor of approving 2176 on the first read? Say
Aye.
All right.
Any opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Thank you. And that brings us to number 5, wrap-up discussion regarding the urban deer hunt. Motion to discuss.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Floor is open. Ms. Schneider.
Okay, technically there's 2 days left in the urban hunt because it goes to the end of February. But the figures as it stands right now, since we started in mid-November, 12 deer have been bagged out of 50 being permitted. If we've got our numbers right, 3 people did this. The hunt went very well. There were no injured children, no slaughtered pets, no deers being thrown on top of a roof and joined in a parade coming downtown, no wounded deer meandering down Center Street in front of tourists. We had 0 incidents. We had none of the problems that people said would happen in regards to the hunt itself. Now, the one issue that was brought forth by the Independent a couple months ago, I guess it was. I don't know who did the reporting, the little paragraph on it, but in my opinion, they sure as heck aren't reporters because they didn't check anything. They put down what they wanted. I've talked with the animal control officer. In the front page article, it says, the in-town deer hunt brought some people's worst nightmare to front and center when this yearling was shot with an arrow in Harmon Park Wednesday evening. Animal control officer Jim Evans said if the doe had been discovered earlier, her meat could have been used. Bow hunting in Eureka Springs is illegal in city parks. Between what was being said in the Independent and on Geek Fest, the assumption was made because this deer was shot with an arrow, ergo it had to be the urban hunters, regardless of the time period. In talking with Jimmy Evans, he said, first of all, there's no way it was shot at night because of when it died and when he got there. Second of all, you have absolutely 0 idea of when and where the deer was shot with the arrow. Could have been in Missouri. Could have been 1 block away. Nobody knows. Point number 3, the arrow was from, and I always get my words mixed up, what's the really strong bow?
Compound.
What's the other one?
Crossbow.
Crossbow. It was shot with...
Reflex.
No, those are the 2 I wanted, compound and cross. I always get them mixed up.
Yeah.
Our urban hunters were primarily using the compound bows. This deer was shot with a crossbow. Or I might have it reversed. Either way, the assumption that because we had urban hunters is wrong. And you know what they say about the word assume. There is no proof, there is no anything, and it's wrong to jump to conclusions. I seriously doubt that the 15 hunters who signed up for the approximate 30 properties for hunting would have risked this whole thing in regards to after-hour hunting. Keeping in mind and going back through all the records and all of the books with animal control and police, hunting in town, regardless of the ordinance from many years ago, has always gone on during hunting season. They're always out there with bow and arrow getting the deer. This is nothing new. As far as the hunt went, like I said, there were no incidents, no problems. Everything went well. It ends in 2 days. What some of our local citizenry who are on the losing side of the vote did will be my discussion during council comments. But this is the wrap-up report. 12 deer, no incidents.
Any further discussion on it? All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Brings us to number 6, discussion of protocol at the council table. Ms. Schneider and Mr. DeVito.
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Floor is open.
I just have one little question. Can we legally use first names? We're all friends here. We all know each other forever. We all slip. I call him Lonnie. He calls me Mickey. The mayor should be the only one we address as mayor. Can we legally use first names if we so want?
There's not a restriction that I know of in any law that says you can't use someone's given name.
Well, it's always...
You would not want...
And I hate that. I'm Mickey.
You would not want to call someone by a derogatory
No, I said a first name. I didn't say
First
any
name.
name.
That would be a personal preference of the council member, addressing the person and the person being addressed.
And do we have to do any kind of voting, or can we just proceed as we personally so choose? Proper or casual?
Well, if Mr. McClung wants to throw a bottle at you if you call him by his first name, I suppose.
Give me that!
But you don't have to take a formal action to do it.
I can't call her doofus.
That's not my first name.
Okay.
That's my middle name.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know on that.
Regarding
Now, when
that
I'm
issue, I
Nikki,
shall maintain calling you Mr. and Mrs. by your last names.
I don't like it. I like my
It's the way I'm going to do it. Okay,
except when you slip. Okay, thank you.
thank you. Okay, that's it. Brings us to agenda setting. Motion to discuss.
So moved.
Yes, sir. Second. Yes, sir.
I would like to add discussion of limousines to the agenda.
Second.
You second? Okay. John? Mr. McClung?
I've had requests from more than one person that has mentioned it to me, because I guess there's some street lights out, like over on 62 on the west side and different places, and I don't know whose responsibility that is that if that's ours or power companies or
Do you know where they're
what.
at so we can get us some?
I know there's one over there kind of, trying to think of the name, over there by, where it goes down to Sam's, down to Black Bass, there's one over there that's out specifically.
Oil
And I've
Springs
had-
Road?
Yeah, I've had two
Glen
people
Dale.
tell me on that one.
I think it's Glen, end of Glen Street, Oil Springs Road in that area. We'll check that one.
So that's
Okay.
all.
Is this the one? Just
That
the
was,
one?
I had a couple people that hit
Okay.
me up about that one, actually.
I've told Dwayne
Okay.
at Public Works in the past, and they take care of it.
Do you want that to be an agenda item?
No,
or just
I guess it's not
information?
necessary. I
Okay.
really,
Okay.
if there's already a process that takes care of that.
Yeah, just let us know. Yes, ma'am.
If I can get a second, I'd like to add a discussion of raising the salary of the council members.
I'll second just for discussion.
Okay.
Was that not,
No.
was that not, okay, as part of discussion, it was never voted on. Did you get a second? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, I would also like to add one discussion of the current lighting ordinance, city lighting ordinance. Street lights and lighting ordinance in general.
We have to second yours, you just get to do it. We just-
Apparently I just get to do it, yeah.
Just check it.
Dictator.
Yes, I know. I've been called many things like that before. Okay, anything else on the agenda setting? Okay, we don't have to vote on it, so everybody's on it. All right, brings us to council comments. Mr. DeVito.
No comment?
Mr. McClung.
No comment.
Mr. Mitchell.
No comment.
Perky Piles out. Ms. Zeller.
No comment.
Ms. Schneider.
Maybe I shouldn't announce that I have something. Okay. Pet peeve has been hit major big time by some of our citizenry. Everyone knows I have been working the election polls for a good 20 plus years, and that I am extremely adamant about voter rights, American rights, and all that that entails. When an issue comes up for a vote of the people, and obviously one side of two is going to win, you don't have to back away. The losing side needs to suck it up, basically, is what it comes down to. This is America. We are based on democracy. People vote, majority rules. You go along with that majority even though it's not your side. If you don't like the results, you work even harder when the issue comes up again. You do not decide to take matters into your own hands and do everything you can to kill what's going on in regards to a majority rule vote. And right now I'm talking about the deer hunt. It was passed. Like it or lump it, too bad, it was passed. You do not have the right, when hunters are in their stand legally hunting as permitted by a majority vote, to stand out there with pots and pans, slamming and banging them to scare the deer away. I'm an animal lover. I'm also a crack shot. I will not kill an animal as long as we have a grocery store. I put my land up for hunting. I would never go out there and defy openly the law, which is what you are doing. This is sour grapes, it's childish, it's rude, and it's illegal, even if you're doing it on your own stupid property. In the future, if I keep getting these reports, action will be taken of whatever kind has to be done. You lost. Next time, work harder to get your side to pass. James and I were both advocates of a different form of government. We lost. What did we do? We ran for council. We didn't get all mean and nasty or anything. We ran for council to make sure things were going well. You lost. Suck it up. This was so rude and so uncalled for. This is the primary reason we had 12 deer out of 50, because the hunters couldn't do the deer because of this rudeness. America, democracy, majority vote. My number one criteria. Learn it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, list of events coming up for February and March. February the 26th is no planning meeting. March the 2nd, zombie tag at Lake Leatherwood Park. March the 3rd through the 5th is Governor's Conference on Tourism in Hot Springs. March the 8th is Wine and Cheese Victorian Classic in the Ozarks. March the 9th is Victorian Classic, the 31st running. March the 10th, Carroll County Music Group presents a showcase of musical talent, auditorium, 2 p.m. Oh yes, working on public bathrooms at Pendergrass Corner, and website issues. You got those wrote at the bottom? Not those? All right, strike those. Oh, I did have something I was going to tell you also. Really quick. Project we're working on called for a survey of public property. Was the park and the free parking on North Main. We did get those surveyed. The survey has been paid for. So some of the wishes of some of the prior concerns of the citizens is that we are surveying public property and keeping and maintaining a good record of it. And it's quite a chunk of land, actually. It runs from Main Street all the way up to Hillside, then parallels Angle Street, then cuts down towards Main Street. Again, it parallels the sidewalk. The public park down there is the site for the future installation of the music sculptures by the Arts Council. Should be a pretty cool deal. I'll let y'all know right now that I will be coming to you with an ordinance to put on the agenda discussion of a public bathroom in the free parking lot on North Main. And the reason for that is, of course, we need one. We're trying to improve North Main's visibility and functionality. And it's also a mile from the depot to the auditorium, so there's no bathrooms in between. So we're going to try to rectify that problem. And I think we've taken the first good step at it. Had very good positive public input from just people I talked to about it, said it's a great idea. And also the people that live on North Main are tired of people visiting their driveways and backyards and everything to relieve themselves in whichever manner they saw fit at the time. So that's a project you will be getting further notice on, so be forewarned. And that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you.
Just so y'all know, I was